Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Ostriv. It's actually our first one, so let's see what this game is all about. Right, so cool intro, right? Related to this game. What I wanted to say, it's not a new game. I've been following this game for like 3-4 years. I don't even remember. I know that there was a single Ukrainian guy making this game, and it was cool. It looked cool, but of course the progress, because one guy was doing it before. I'm not sure if this is still the case. But the progress was slow, and I ran into some stumbling blocks where I see where the development stopped, and but the game is still extremely playable, and it's really good. I think it's still being developed as far as I know. I just bought it a couple of weeks ago, and I played a little bit, but we're gonna go and start a new game. Now, I played on the first map already several times, but I think we're gonna go and do something different. I'm gonna go for a different kind of map. Map 4 here looks pretty cool. Maybe we'll see how this series goes. If you guys like it, we can continue with those, but I'm thinking about map 4 now. I think it can give us a little bit more space. The only thing I made here an issue is, can we change this in settings? These are the options. Right. I don't think I have an option here to choose. And this is my resolution on a monitor that I have. It's ultra high definition, whatever, UHD or something. It was actually quite not expensive monitor. But anyway, autosave, let's go for 5 minutes or even more, 10 minutes, so it doesn't bother us. UI scale 130%. This is what I found best works for me. 100% is way too small. I think this is a little bit bigger. We'll see how it goes. But one thing I wanted to do here, I forgot. Like you can choose pine trees and spruce trees. We're gonna restart the map because I would like to have spruce trees. You can see in the background how the pine trees look, and spruce trees look a little bit more interesting. So they're a little bit fuller. It's like it looks more nicer. I think it looks nicer. It's a denser forest, so I think it looks nicer. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is start the game. Okay, so what do you have to do in the beginning of the game? The game has beautiful sounds. I love it. I just love to listen to the birds singing in the nature, and it's absolutely beautiful. What we're gonna do now is you need to start with a camp. You build your camp. The game is quite similar to Banished, I believe was the name of the game. So we're gonna start. This is a town center. This is where our town center is gonna be. So I'm thinking a little bit more, not directly on the riverside, but somewhere around here. And let's start the game. So you start with a random amount of people. I think 30 is the most. I had even 21. At one point, and you start the game, and you have options now to build stuff. Now the building stuff here, we have houses. There's only 3 types of houses, actually 2 and a tavern. We have water. We have dirty water and clean water. Dirty water can be used for animals. That's directly from the stream. We have this is gonna take a long time, some of the stuff, so we're gonna talk about the options here. We're just gonna do in the top left hand corner, you have guidance, what you can do here. And what I would like to do here is probably deforest an area. You can deforest it by just cutting down all the trees, but I would like to be useful about it. So let's start in this area here. So we're gonna build next to this forest. I would like to deforest this and make it a little nice and clean area. So let's start with this. Now game, I'm gonna start it normally. You're gonna see that it's actually we will be using a lot of speeding up because it's way too slow how it goes. Right, so I'm gonna tell you straight away what the next steps are that we're gonna have to do. We need to, by winter, it's March now, by winter we need to house all of these people, and it's 9 families. You always start with 9 families. We can go and check out the families. You have the whole family trees here. You even have grandparents if they're alive. They can be shown in a tree, but that's gonna be down the line when these people become grandparents. I believe these are like Ukrainian names, Svitomir and Volika. Then we have Zakhar and Dolya. We have Opanas and Natalia. Natalia is more international, but Anastasia, Yakiv would be Yakub, whatever area of the, well, world you come from. Lesia, I believe this would be, and Lesia, nice. And they have 2 children, and then we have Ivan and Claudia. And then we have Odarka, and we have Roman, and then we have Hnat and Maria. Really, really beautiful names. Some of them I never heard about, and they are really, really beautiful. I really like it. Okay, so let's talk about stuff while they're building. So guys are using the carts. You start with 3 carts here. The guys are using carts to deliver materials. I never actually checked how much what's the capacity of those carts, but we can speed the things up and check this out. Let's see when the carts are full or something. Yeah, they're going to get some stuff. Let's see here. I have to click on him and let's see what he's doing. Will we know how much material, how much wood he's going to be able to carry? Here we go. 300, right? No, a little bit. 300, that's 900. Okay, 1,000. Okay, so 1,000 materials they can take. Okay, how much material? How much do we need for finishing this building? So at the moment we need 2,400 wood. We need nails. Nails are a big resource here. Nails are made from iron, and we're gonna have nail production and all that stuff. And then we have 1,000 wood already there. The guys are you see here the building stages of the building. It has wooden roof, so it only needs nails and the wood. Now for other buildings you will need, let's see, where do we see storage? Here we go. Camp storage, we have 4,000 thatch. Thatch is thatch. For English speaking people, thatch is thatch, but for non-English speaking, that's actually like this plant that grows next to the thatch that grows next to the rivers, and then you dry it, you preserve it with drying, and then you make a roof. Before it was made, like people used to make a roof with that, and that's where the last name Thatcher comes from, like Margaret. And mixed feelings. Right, so we have 2 types of houses. We're gonna talk about houses a little bit. Village house with a garden, we're gonna go for those because this is where people make their own food. This is my understanding of this game, and if I'm making any mistakes, guys, please correct me. If you're already playing this game, if you know how it goes, correct me with anything. But what I'm gonna do now is plan for the future. I know we're gonna need 9 houses. I'm gonna go for 5 in each direction. 5 in a row in this direction. There we go. So let's go in this direction more, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go for 1 more and 5. Now I'm gonna rotate this. I'm gonna try to keep it, form over function to look nice. So this looks like it's parallel now. Oh right, we have actually we have F, letter F is for rotating. I found that out like after a week of playing. I didn't do a lot of tutorials on this. Okay, so let's build 5 houses on this side, because like I said, we're gonna need these. And the 10th house is the most important one, because in order for your population to grow, they have to have certain things. So what do they need? Migration is allowed. You can actually change migration in your town hall. This is camp center at the moment. Later we're gonna have town hall. Right, this is progressing quite slow, so I'm gonna speed it up a bit. We have already a list of things that we need to build. We're gonna continue doing this. I know straight away that next building that we're gonna need. Oh right. So town hall, immigration. What do they need? Immigration allowed in order to get people. Water supply needs to be sufficient. Market has to be there. Housing has to be available, and jobs need to be available. And entertainment building required. No entertainment building required at this point. No religious building required at this point for the future growth. I know for religious building we need over 100 people. So we're a little bit off from there, because we don't even have housing for the people that we already have. Okay, so next up, one thing that I obviously missed, that would be the clay pit. Clay pit, we're gonna show you some basic also things that we can do with the game. So for example, we're gonna build a clay pit, but we're gonna push it all the way to the beginning of the queue, because this is gonna be really important for us to build. Okay, so this is how we achieve growth. So first of all, we need to follow these rules. Not rules, this is suggestions, and if we don't build these houses before winter, we are screwed. We will lose people. They're gonna go away. I don't think they're gonna die, but they're gonna go away. So have at least 2 workers in our forestry. Yes, we're gonna need this. And also I know straight away from the beginning that we have a couple of unemployed people. You can see here in the screen. Oh, here we go. 1 man is unemployed. I will employ this person straight away as a construction worker. You can see here in the camp center we have construction workers. So we're gonna employ them there, him there, and you can see how fast they are constructing the houses. It's still gonna take, like, we can't even move from this initial step until we finish all the housing. You can see here our goal is to have 9 families moved from tents to houses. Now we could have chosen the village house, and we will in the future. They are much smaller. Like they're the same building but without the garden. Now why is garden important? So they can feed themselves. Until we start doing our own farming, I won't bother ourselves with that. I will just continue doing it this way. What I'm gonna do is have these garden houses. I don't know how many of them. Probably 15, maybe 20 of them we're gonna construct all together, and then probably we're gonna go for village houses. Village houses. Okay. One thing also I noticed is I should start planning for water supply as well. It doesn't cost too much, but still basic resources are not done here, just so you know, heads up. We need basic resources, and those are going to be, like I said, thatcher. We're gonna need thatcher. It's on the second screen. There we go. First one on the second screen. But that's for me. You might have it differently. And this is one of the first industrial quote-unquote buildings that we're gonna have. And I would like to build it. Darn it. I rotated it, and now it's not feng shui anymore. I need to start using this F thing. Let's rotate it just to make it a little bit feng shui. I usually align it with the neighboring building and just try to do it. Okay, this looks feng shui. Okay, so now F would be for rotating. I'm gonna put it closer to water, so let's do it. Darn it again. I pressed it again. T, right? Yeah, it's still a little bit off, but it later on it bothers me. Initially, I don't really care that much about it, but later on it bothers me if it's not, you know, perfectly aligned. You can see that it's not. Let's call it good enough. So let's rotate this a few times, and let's put it close to the water. What's the closest point to the water? If you're gonna keep the town center here, and I'm gonna base our industries around here, let's go for thatcher in this area. Next to thatcher, we're gonna need the smithy. We have smithy over here. I'm gonna leave a little bit space between the buildings, just like this. Let's go and put it like so. Smithy will need an important thing called charcoal kiln. Darn it again. I rotated this badly. Let's just F rotate this. Can I fix this? T? No. Okay, this looks a little bit better, but not ideal. It's not ideal, but hey ho. You know what? Let's go and heads up, 2 charcoal kilns. Build it. You're gonna need it. You're gonna need a lot of charcoal. So let's. Oh, right there. Oh, right. Ladies are working on this. This is fine. We can start on charcoal kilns straight away because they don't require construction. It's similar to clay pit. They just, you know, fill it in. They fill in the wood. That would be the firewood. Let's slow down and see what we have. Okay, I didn't cover the basics here. You can see that we have 2 houses. We're gonna cover the housing, and let's go on the middle speed. Okay, buildings we constructed. That will be forestry. We can employ 5 people. They create at the moment logs, wood, and firewood. They can create bark as well. Bark is used for tanning, I believe, tanning the leather. That's something that even on my own plays I didn't do yet. But we're gonna cover this later on. It requires a lot of resources for tanning, different resources. But anyway, and the most important thing is log. Well, I don't even know what logs are. Like, logs are for processing. I believe you have logs and then you can process them in either wood or in firewood. So logs are probably just material that is being processed. You can see here log, and then logs are going down and you create, in this case, firewood. Okay, firewood is going to be used for charcoal kilns, for charcoal. That's for smithing, for metal works. Okay, houses are being constructed. We need houses. Second thing is clay pit. Yeah, clay pit, it's indefinite. You can just place it anywhere. It's just a material that you need. Similar like water, similar like thatch. Thatch is one of those materials that you have unlimited amount of, but you need to process it. Clay, you need to just deliver it. Another thing that I know that we're gonna need, not in the beginning, but soon enough, is the water well. Can we start aligning this? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna waste time in trying to align this. So let's give up. Let's give up, and let's put this well over here. It's gonna take a while until it's in you know, when we're gonna need to produce it, but you know, like we said, housing is the most important thing. Let them work on that, on housing. Right. What else do we need to cover? Nothing. Let's speed this up, and well, nothing. We have so much stuff to cover, but anyway, we're gonna cover it later. Forest looks really beautiful. We have these little trees. I thought that these little trees will grow up to be big trees, but no. These trees are more like bushes. We're not gonna have new trees growing here. You can have your own forest plantation. You can do that. But we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it because there's too much wood on the map, at least initially. I will try to deforest the areas first. Probably this one. It's gonna take a while for us to deforest this because we can then build farms around here. You know, that kind of nice stuff. Okay, 6 houses to go. There's still 6 people living in tents. We're gonna go for 6 houses. We're gonna go for all 10 houses straight away, because this is gonna give us notifications for, hey, you need thatchery, and hey, you're gonna need smithy for nails. So we're gonna go for 10, and also it's gonna provide us with additional workers. Of course, we're gonna need some other stuff as well. You can see here that market is going to be an interesting thing, because when you place market, and we're going to do that, it's not a problem. We like markets. I like markets. Let's place a market somewhere here. If you're going to have a town square, let's place a market over here in front of Smithy. Why the hell not? Again, this is a free building. We can just hire anybody here. We can hire this lovely lady. Her name is Volya Hovoruka. So Volya is going to be working here, and we can choose which materials we want. Now, this is a little bit of a problem. I'll unpause this. You need to have these materials stored in order to sell them. You can buy things from other people, but I don't think, like, let's say potatoes. Let's say potatoes is all the way here, but there's no potatoes. There's no potatoes anywhere. You have to grow them yourself. There is a trick actually that you can do. If you build a warehouse, which we're gonna start constructing straight away, so let's say granary, that's the one. Let's rotate the granary F and put it somewhere, let's say behind this one here. Let's put granary over here. Eventually it's going to be constructed, but let's put a granary here. You can purchase locally produced foods from the houses. So what are they doing? They're producing, this house is producing dried fish, sunflower oil, milk, salo. Salo is the pork fat, pig fat. I love salo. And drinking water is of course free. This is what is stored in there, but you can straight away see what they are actually producing. Flour and potatoes, I'm not sure if they're gonna give us those, sell us those, but let's say other materials they might do. Different houses, they do different things, and in this case they do exactly the same thing. Why are they all doing the same thing? I know that usually you have berries, you have, probably it's also related to what they're planting in front of the house. You can see here some cabbage growing. Probably they're gonna have cabbage later in the year. So this is also where I really like this game, that you have seasons for everything. These guys looks like they're gonna have some kind of berries as well. Yeah, is that the berry house? Yeah, that's the berry house. This one looks like it's gonna have berries. I don't know when, but we're gonna follow this house as well and see how they go. Okay, so we have 4 houses. This one is also moved in. People moved into this house, so we are down to constructing 5th house. Do we have any new materials? No, looks like this food is what they brought with themselves from tents, and then now they started growing stuff around their house. So we're gonna focus on this to see what they're gonna be growing, so then we can purchase this stuff from them and offer them to everybody else. So how it works is you buy stuff from your people, so they can earn money by growing food around their houses, and then you offer that food from the warehouse here in your market stall, but you sell it. It's not free. You sell it, and you earn money. You earn money like that. Well, I don't know how much money we're gonna earn using that. Maybe it's 0 because you're purchasing it and then selling it to other people, but it's going to offer them food. They're going to have the diversified food menu. Let's see. Yeah, looks like this is the basics that they have: milk, dried fish, sallow. We're gonna have a lot of this stuff in the second year. We're gonna have a lot of this stuff in the second year. Right. So what we're gonna do here? Let them continue building. This is a 6th house that is being produced. We need to build 4 more. It's July. It's not really already. I think we're doing a really good progress, and these houses are gonna be built a little bit faster because they don't have to go all around here. Wood is being produced. We are stockpiled on wood and firewood. Looks like they're using it from... Are they using it from here? No, we don't actually have... Yeah, we don't have any wood left here. By the way, these tents, they're gonna disappear. As soon as we have viable alternative or they're empty, they're gonna disappear. For example, we have iron. I think iron is gonna be the last thing that's gonna be staying here. That's gonna be used by Smithy when we build a Smithy, but this should be enough iron for a couple of years. Later on, we're gonna have a different warehouse and all that stuff, but by the way, when you trade in materials, you can, when you trade in materials, they can be stored in a trading post. I'm going to show you that. We're going to build that, well, soon enough. I'm not sure if we're going to make it in the first episode. Let's slow down and see how people are doing. This is also what I like about this game. You have these construction stages here. You can see clay, thatch, work, nail, and wood. When what is required, how much materials are required when. For example, now they're using, there's no more clay requirement. Clay would be for these walls that you see around. They have requirement for wood and nails. And what are they constructing now? Okay, so they're constructing the beams of the roof. So you can see here they're putting these beams. And they're gonna put a roof over that. We can speed up to see how it's gonna look. You can see here. Okay, slow down. Okay, this is how they're doing. Okay, and you can see here they're coming into the next stage that is gonna require more wood and more nails. So they have all the materials are already delivered, but you can see what they're doing. Okay, they're putting the vertical boards here. No, horizontal boards on the house. Let's unselect the house so that you can see the nice colors of the house. And later on, this is kind of tradition, at least I never studied this in other places, but in Slavic countries and the Balkans as well, everybody like painted the house white, probably because of the ease of getting the white color, and it's like I think it has also some disinfectant properties, so they sometimes paint the trees, plum trees, white to prevent them from pests and that kind of stuff. So white, clean, so it's like nice color for the house, and most of the houses were painted like this. Right. What we're gonna talk about here? Building stages? No. Show me building stages. You can see here we are still in this building stage. Let's speed this up. Let's see how they go. Okay, we have now no material requirement, only work. Let's see. They're bringing. Aha, right. They're building these small wooden parts. Are they gonna put all the wood all over the roof? I think they probably will. Let's see how it goes. And stage. Here we go. Thatch stage. Thatching stage is the last stage. Putting the roof over the house. Okay, so it doesn't go. The wood doesn't go all over the place, all over the roof. It goes only in certain segments. And now they're finishing the roofing. You can see here the thatching, how they're building it. And we have the last stages here. Okay. So we are 25-ish minutes into this episode. We still didn't finish all the houses. We have 3 to go in order to meet the demand for these people. Before winter, they cannot survive winter in these tents. I don't know how they survived previous winter, but hey-ho, we can't survive the winter. They cannot survive the winter in these tents, and they're just gonna leave if we don't provide them with housing. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna make it. Okay, you can see charcoal here is already, this is a lot of charcoal, by the way, but in order to prevent Smithy from stopping the work, we're gonna have 2 different charcoal piles. They're gonna use one and then the other. It doesn't really matter, it's a lot of charcoal, and charcoal can be exported as well. We're gonna talk about that. After we build a trading post, we're gonna be exporting charcoal as well, just to have a little bit more, you know, finances. So where are finances going? Let's click on the finances. Economy, income, and expenses. So housing, this is what we earned this year. Previous year everything is going to be 0 because this is the year 1. We have this year house rent, land tax. So the bigger the land, the more they have to pay, but it looks like it's more or less equal housing, rent, and land tax. And then we have local sales. That's people trading with each other. Wait. How do we local sell stuff? No, we don't have anything, right? Yeah, we still don't have potatoes. I selected this to be potatoes, but we don't have any potatoes. Let's see if they grew something. If we can choose one of these things that they already have. No, it doesn't seem like they are growing anything. You can see these newer built houses. They were built after the planting season started, and they're not gonna have anything around here. They're not going to have anything around here. Now, the one thing growing this year, next year they will have it. Now, one thing I noticed, I don't know how this works or why is it good or not, but people like to sit. They like to sit. They're like cats. I'm going to go and F. Can I F this one? No? Okay, looks like I cannot F rotate this one for some reason. Doesn't really matter. So let's go and build a couple of benches because people like to sit. If it fits, I sits. Okay, this is good enough. We're gonna put a bench in front of every house over here. It doesn't really have to be in front of every house. Does it cost money? I don't know if it costs anything. No, it doesn't. It doesn't cost anything to put these. But you're gonna see that people are gonna start sitting, and they're gonna start sitting straight away. It's close to their houses, they can rest. There's 2 ladies. Security, Slavic security system. 2 old ladies, yeah, old ladies, 21-year-old and 21-year-old. monitoring the surroundings. Anyway, how are we doing? We need 2 more houses to finish. This one is in the construction stages. You can see that again that there's nothing growing around the houses, so this is something to bear in mind. Still, they're not producing anything of their own, food-wise. I don't see any difference between the houses, but trust you me, it's going to be different. I believe they're going to be growing whatever is here. So, for example, this is cabbage, I know, and then we have... So we can expect some cabbage. This is some kind of lettuce or something. But we're going to have actual materials. It's going to be actual food. It's going to be actual food in there. And what is this? I think this is flour or wheat or barley or something. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. We'll see. You have hemp, you have flax that can be like produce flax seeds, and it can be used for cloth making. We're going to have that as well. Anyway. How are we doing? Money is going down. We're gonna earn money by exporting stuff. What we produce initially, the main product is gonna be we're gonna have a couple of products. Charcoal is gonna be an interesting one. It's not gonna give us a lot of money, but we're gonna sell charcoal. But we're gonna start farming soon. Not this year, because this is the utmost importance to finish these houses in this year, which we're almost there. It's already September. This is in the middle here. You can see what part of the month it is. September is the month that we are in, and this is like first half of September, or we are around half of September. We are going towards end of September now. We have second to last house built, and the last one is being constructed, last one that we need, and then it's going to be vanity projects after that. Okay, trading can be done in several ways. One of the ways is the trading by boats. You need to build a boat trading post. It's also known as trading dock. Now, if you go, do we have map here? No, no map. World map. Here we go. This is the world map. You can see here these blue lines. This is where you have to build a dock to trade with these towns, and these black lines are that you can trade with on land trading post. Is it trading post? Yes, trading post. Because we can trade with more cities with trading post, we're gonna start with that. But we're gonna first we need to do things. We need to survive the first winter. We need to plan what we're gonna sell. That would be probably I'm gonna go for sunflower oil, but we're gonna cover that probably in the next episode. But let's survive this winter. Let's survive the year first. Let's build these houses, and then we're gonna see if it's gonna be in this episode or the next one that we're gonna do this. Okay, water requirement here. You see that there was a lack of water. This is again important because slowly this is not gonna be enough for us, the amount of water we have here. Okay, coffee break for Oolykee. Okay, Oolykee wet his whistle. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. Okay, here we go. Harvest is done. Look at this. We have onions and cabbage. We have cabbage and beetroot. We have raspberries. Ha! Told you. Garlic and cabbage. Wow, a lot of cabbage. And the rest of the guys, they're gonna have to survive on whatever they have. So these are the three. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. 5 things that we can buy locally from our people. Those will be raspberries, garlic, cabbage. I don't think they're gonna sell any of the other stuff that they have, but it's fine because the other stuff we can actually grow ourselves quite fast, and it's not that necessary. We just need to offer them some food. You know what? When we move this looks a little bit too far. No, just leave it. Just leave it like this. It's gonna be fine. The band's gonna make it. Okay, so you can see what we grown here, and actually it's quite a lot of onions. I like that. Beetroot, 145. Do we have here beetroots? No, only one source of beetroots, and then we have, yeah, 93, 82. It's even in different quantities, the cabbage that grown. It's pretty cool. We can make these houses with bigger, let me show you this real quickly. You can make houses with bigger surroundings, and they will grow more food. They will. I did experiment with this as well, but in the end this is not the goal to have these houses. These houses are cool and all. So for example, if we build this house like that, we can actually stretch it all the way FF. Let's do it this way. Come on, you know you want it. Something like this, and we would have the most usable land that they can grow food on. But we're not gonna do that. I'm going for normal size houses. I think it's enough, because I'm hoping to remove these houses in a few years because they're not compact enough. You know, leaky in space, you know how we do it. Anyway, so what we would be doing here is these small houses, but we're going to be growing our own food. It's better for us, it's more dense, so we can have more population, people can be happier, and I don't know if that's actually happier, but anyway. Build a thatchery to produce thatch for your houses. We are building the last house here. I believe we have all the materials. Yes, we do. I don't want this. Go. Demolish this. This was just a showcase house. Do not build this house. This house is supposed to be gone. There we go. Much better. And we are building a next house. Well, it's not the last one. We still need to build one. Thatch left 190, and as you can see that we don't have enough thatch for at least this house. What about wait. If I go here, 190. What's the requirement for thatch for the last house? 450. Yes, so before we build the last house, we're gonna have to build a thatchery. So we're gonna go for thatchery first, but what about nails? We have 642 nails. I think that's enough. 94 required for a house, so that's perfectly fine. So let's go and build this. You know what? Let's build these houses, and thatchery we're gonna build. Okay, that's it. Construction complete. Village houses. I'm gonna leave it here. We're gonna continue in the next episode. Anything we want to add? No. It's Saturday when I'm recording this. I'm thinking Sunday would be the first episode. I'll record several episodes initially, just because Oolykee feels in the mood to do so. So I'll record a couple of episodes, and let me know, guys, what you think about the game. Are you playing the game? I think it's cool. I like it. I'll make a couple of episodes of these. It's not gonna influence anything else that I do on the channel. Everything else is as planned. So, right, I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it. And if you want to support the channel, you have description of the video. You can always buy me a coffee. Anything else? No. Happy, well, if it's Sunday, then happy Sunday, guys. And I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye-bye.